ויש למעלה משמעיה לחיים עלינו ועל כל ישראל. ויעשה שלום עלינו ועל כל ישראל. שיר למעלות, זין להרים, יען יבוא
Paris told everyone. The parsha begins. It told us Yitzchak ben Avraham. Avraham will lead us Yitzchak. So obviously, the pasuk wants to tell us something because the second half of the pasuk is completely extraneous. He just said that he's Yitzchak ben Avraham, so what does it mean? Avraham will lead us Yitzchak. So Rashi says, the first shot, that it says Avraham will lead us Yitzchak, not Avram. In other words, had Avram not changed his name to Avraham, had he not gone through the Milah, had he not, the heaven called him by his new name, Avraham, he never would have had Yitzchak. Then you have only Yishmael. But now that Avram became Avraham, so then Avraham Holidas Yitzchak. Then it's possible to have a child, Yitzchak, to continue the tradition of his father and to be one of the Avot. That's the first shot of Rashi. Rashi says the second shot, quoting Medrash. Bishvil she'leitzonei hador hoyo omrim she'me'avimelech nisabro sora. There's a group of people in the world who are called the Leitzonei Hador. Leitzon in modern day Hebrew is a clown, a comedian. By Chazal, they take the word Leitz from how Shlomo Melech uses it in Mishle. And Leitz is a very pejorative term. It refers to a person who is cynical, who is evil, who attempts to undermine others. And he does it by jokes, he does it by comments, he does it by op-eds, he does it by podcasts. Harbe Shluchim. There are many ways of doing it. And the Gemara says that in every leitzonos, in every joke, there's a kernel of truth. Otherwise, it's not funny. There has to be a kernel of truth there. And the Leitzonei Hador take that kernel of truth and apply it to whatever they want to apply it to. So that their comments somehow seem to be reasonable, seem to be something that's possible. So since Avimelech took Sorah for a period of time, so therefore they said it's not Avraham, it's Avimelech is the father. There are Meforshim that say, Rishonim say, Leitzonei Hador refers to Yishmael. Because in the Torah it says that Sarah saw that Yishmael was mitzachek. He was joking around. So he's the late son. He's the one that represents the late son Ador. And he naturally wants to say that Yitzchak is not from Avraham, because he wants that Yishmael should be from Avraham. And in fact, that's a description of Islam in its simplest form. That's what the whole fight is about. They say that, Yishmael was the Akedah, Yishmael was everything. So in order that the Leitzonei Hador should not have the ability to convince others, so the Medrash says that the Ribono Shel Olam made it that Yitzchak was the spitting image of Avraham, physically. His face was the same. So that since he looked exactly like Avraham, so therefore they could not say that what Me'avimelech Nisabro Sora. However, all the later Meforshim point out that that doesn't really do it. Leitzonei Ador are not influenced by facts. That's part of the weakness that we possess, is that we try to convince the world with facts. They're not interested in that. I knew a municipal court judge in Chicago, and he had a sign on his desk, "Don't confuse me with the facts, my mind is made up." Which is not far off of the justice system. So the Leitzonei Ador said it. So the Torah said, what can I do? Avraham will lead us Yitzchak. I tell you, there's a fact that he leads. The Torah tells you, that's our tradition, that's it. But it has to be repeated twice. Said, told those Avraham, Yitzchak ben Avraham, Avraham will lead us Yitzchak, and you have to double down on it, because there'll be those that deny it. That's what the Torah is telling us. There'll be those that say, no, it couldn't be. Can't be such a thing. There are many interpretations here. There's a third one that I want to share with you. Everything that happened to Avraham would happen to Yitzchak too. Yavsor and Nisyonos and Nisnas Avraham Avinu, Yitzchak also had it. Avraham was threatened with his life in Ur Kasdim, Yitzchak was on the Akedah. Avraham had to experience a hunger, Yitzchak experienced the famine as well. Avraham has to go to Plishtim, and Avimelech will take his wife. Yitzchak will have that as well. Avraham had a Yishmael in his house, and Yitzchak's going to have an Esav in his house. Avraham will lead us Yitzchak. If you want to know the life of Yitzchak, because the Torah doesn't tell us much about Yitzchak out of all of the others, he is the most hidden. Doesn't tell us what anything. Tells us when he got married, when they gave birth, and then he wanted to to give the brachas, and that's it. Yitzchak lives 180 years. What an influence he must have had in the world. The Torah says if you want to know the story of Yitzchak, that's the story of Abraham. And there's a realization in that, is that all the nisyonos that Klal Yisrael went through in its thousands of years in history repeat themselves. The nisyon never ends. It's the next generation. It's now in Israel, the 6th or 7th generation of soldiers. It's enough. All the nisyonos never end. That's what we're made of. And that's our strength. The strength of a person is to be Omed bin Nisoyah. We'll see that throughout Chumash Bereshis. When we get the Yaakov, we'll get the Yosef, the Shvatim. It's only Nisyonos. There's nobody who has a condo in Boca. Why not? Such good people. Abraham Holidat Yitzchak. That's what the Rebbeinu Shalom is telling us. Ad Kiyovo Shiloh. When things will straighten out. But meanwhile, we have to be like Yitzchak and like Abraham. We have to be worthy of the test and worthy of who we are and worthy of our tradition. Rabbi Chananya ben Akash Yomer Ratzah Kodesh Baruch Hu Zakos Es Yisrael Leficha Chibur Lahem Torah and Mitzvot Shenemar Adonai Chafetz Saman Tzidko